Blizzard Entertainment, a once beloved company in the gaming industry, has faced significant challenges that tarnished its reputation. Originally named Silicon Synapse Inc., the company was founded in 1991 by three UCLA graduates, Michael Morhaime, Frank Pearce, and Allen Adham. Initially, the idea was to create game ports for other studios' games, but just 2 years into the journey in 1993, they shifted and began developing their own softwares. By 1994, the company was already named like we know it today, Blizzard Entertainment, and had already gone through a change of ownership. During the years, they went through some more of those. As time passed by though, Blizzard became a very well-regarded company since it was involved in many beloved franchises, Warcraft, Diablo, Overwatch, just to name a few. The company has been involved in a few controversies lately, which have had a significant impact on its reputation. Sexist scandals, political controversies, and rises in their prices are some of the occurrences that affected Blizzard's image. The company does not go from being well regarded to controversial in the blink of an eye, so there are certainly a few events worth taking a look at to understand Blizzard's fall from grace. It all started in 2021 when Activision Blizzard, owner of Blizzard Entertainment, received a lawsuit for several disturbing allegations. It was filed by California's Department of Fair Employment and Housing and collected numerous complaints about unlawful harassment, discrimination, and retaliation within the company. Especially, there were a lot of complaints coming from women working for the company who reported gender discrimination by being sexually harassed and receiving a lower pay than their male colleagues. Basically, employees were reporting a very toxic work environment, and over 3,000 of them signed an open letter demanding official statements from the company acknowledging the seriousness of the allegations, as well as showing some compassion for the victims. This led to a work stoppage by hundreds of employees. Of course, the whole fuss did not go unnoticed in the world of gaming. With all of these accusations coming to light, the reputation of the company among video game enthusiasts was severely damaged. Seeing their image so negatively affected, Activision Blizzard finally agreed to pay $54 million to settle the lawsuit. A big part of this money, around $47 million, was specifically allocated to female employees who had worked at the company during the last couple of years. While this controversy may have erupted in 2021, there was an incident before in 2019 that also put the company in a compromising position. Things clearly hadn't been going well for some time. On that occasion, it was a political incident with professional Hearthstone player Blitz Chung. During the Hearthstone Grandmasters streaming event in Taiwan, Hong Kongese player Ingwai Chung, widely known as Blitz Chung, was interviewed after one of his matches. The controversy erupted during his interview, for which he was wearing a mask similar to the ones worn by protesters during the 2019-2020 Hong Kong protests. He declared, "Liberate Hong Kong, the revolution of our times." Just after this quote, the stream was abruptly cut off by Blizzard. Judging by the quick action from the company, a big sanction was most likely incoming. And indeed, the official statement from Blizzard with the sanctions didn't take long to come out. They would proceed to ban Blitz Chung from the current tournament, apart from not paying his prize money, around $4,000. And if that wasn't enough, he would also be banned from all Grandmasters tournaments for a whole year. More shockingly, not only did they sanction the player, but they also dismissed the two streamcasters who conducted the interview, accusing them of promoting the player's political move. The company cited a rule prohibiting players from making political statements that could result in an impugnation of Blizzard's image or reputation. However, it wasn't actually the declarations of the player that damaged Blizzard's reputation, but in fact the way they ended the stream and sanctioned Blitz Chung so hard. While mainland Chinese sources were in favor of the sanctions, of course, most of the rest of the sources encouraged the proceeding of the player in support of his country's liberation. Understanding the situation, the company then released another statement explaining that they respect the player's freedom of speech, but they must still respect the competition's rules. This whole controversy was the first big damage to Blizzard's image, before everything that happened later on in 2021. The way Blizzard silenced and sanctioned Blitz Chung didn't go unnoticed. Apart from these serious accusations, Blizzard has also been questioned lately about Diablo 4, one of the most anticipated games of 2023 that didn't live up to its expectations. The highly anticipated action role-playing game Diablo 4 was launched in mid-2023 with a focus on in-game purchases. If you're watching this video, there's a chance you might have played this video game or at least heard about it. It wasn't a surprise for the players that a lot of the skins, mounts, and other customization options were for sale, but the price Blizzard was intending to charge for them was indeed shocking. These in-game microtransactions were regarded as pricey, which many players didn't like at all. And this was not the only issue with Diablo 4. Not long after it was launched, there were already some game longevity concerns. Being a live service game, it thrives on seasonal content and it must keep its players entertained and engaged for long periods of time. However, the first updates of the game after Season 1 raised a lot of questions among players, as they simply did not live up to the expectation. Seeing the way things are going right now, unless the developers correct course, Diablo 4's future might not be as bright as all game enthusiasts and Blizzard Entertainment expected. It might sound crazy, but Diablo 4 still has a very good rating on Steam. Isn't that strange? Well, there are those who say that some unknown parties may have manipulated the rating using bot accounts to improve the game's reputation. Even though the authenticity of this accusation can't be determined, it still adds up to the big list of controversies Diablo 4 has been involved in. While not as serious as the other issues mentioned, this was another sign of Blizzard's fall from grace, failing to meet their fans' expectations for this highly anticipated game. In spite of all these controversies, numbers speak for themselves, and the financial results Blizzard obtained after the launch of Diablo 4 were extraordinary. Blizzard's segment revenue grew over 160% year on year, and they set a new quarterly record along the way, earning over $1 billion in net bookings for the first time. The game's selling performance was very strong, unlike the reactions from their customers. If you enjoyed this video, don't hesitate to subscribe to the channel, where you'll find a lot more of these stories. Stay tuned for more.